Hey guys, so welcome back to the channel. Today we're going back into the Duke lore explain all hidden Duke displaying all hidden lore and seeing this Resident Evil Village. Now I just finished Resident Evil Village, incredible game, probably one of the best they've made like ever. It was amazing. Love every single minute of it, man. Just a great game. And one of the things that I loved about it was the Duke. I love just how mysterious he was. The fact that this like 600-pound guy was rolled around this small cabin pulled by this one horse that he shouldn't be able to fit in, has all this stuff inside of it, and has like every single room in the castle. He has like a merchant base like everywhere. He knows people there. Apparently he's lived a long time because Miranda, she's like around Merva, she's like 100. She's like a century old, right? And if you found that, that note written by the guy, that letter, talk about the Duke, how the Duke used to hand him like papers about the outside world and stuff. So the Duke, he's old. And like we just never found what he is. Now I just assumed he was a bioweapon of some sort, or he was just like some sort of like I thought he was really gonna be like one of like other like a hidden boss that we didn't know about. Like he was gonna turn us at some point, but he never did. So I'm interested. I want to find more about him, and that's why we're here, guys. So before we jump into it, if you like me, so give a thumbs up, subscribe, and share. There'll be a little description of the video as well as the channel, guys. Be sure to follow me on my social media if you guys want to send me suggestions or anything like that. Make sure to near us on context of reaction, like it or hate it. Is there anything else you want to react to of Resident Evil, any other characters displaying, or any other game things? So let me know. But let's get into it. Yeah, shout out to video games.
In Resident Evil Village, Ethan
history, where that
Winters
word
is a
is.
man alone, forced into pure terror to save his family, but he does find along the way one ally, a sonorous, endearing, morbidly obese entity known as the Duke.
That is true. The more
is
obese
the
part.
hidden story of this magnificent monster. All of the lore, every scene, and maybe some theories as to his creation.
Too close.
I am but a humble merchant. Here? Oh, forgive my manners.
Yeah, he was
Call
just
me
sitting
the
out in the snow,
The
bro.
Duke
I was like,
was
what?
originally intended to be first introduced by a carriage out of control with horses running wild. He was depicted as lugubrious, ample-bodied sort whose
Ew.
flesh was dripping from his waistcoat
Looked like
and
Jabba.
pants. When Ethan first discovers him in the game, he does not disappoint.
I was like,
I've
how
been
is he
waiting
moving,
for
bro?
You, Mr. Winters.
How do you know my name?
How is he moving with that body?
Anyone has heard of the likes of you. A hero searching for his daughter. Though I must say, that castle arouses suspicion.
He just knew too much, though. He knew way too
And
much.
so do you.
I am but a humble merchant.
Here?
Oh, forgive my manners. Call me the Duke. Now to business. Weapons, ammunition, healing salves, anything you desire, I can provide.
An impressive figure whose obesity is only outmatched by his dripping charm, the
His
Duke
dripping
is
charm.
adorned with jewels of
That was a
various
good one.
varieties and fine clothing, some of which does not fully cover that ample frame. He enjoys the finer
I like the little jokes just thrown in right there. This ample frame. Yeah. Look at that butt crack, man. Look at that, just swallow your whole arm.
things like cigars and cured meats. He is a merchant after all, and his cart is equipped with various sundries.
Again,
and
he
victuals,
should not be able to
weapons, and
fit in there,
ammo,
bro.
all pulled
It's like a
by
whole
one
house.
seemingly superpowered horse.
Super.
The cart, as we see here, simply could not allow a man of this stature and magnitude to operate and move within it.
Yep.
As for why, we'll get to that a little bit later. He may seem like just a merchant, but this slovenly fat man was planned to be much, much more.
This slovenly
According
fat
to
man, bro.
concept
The
art,
joke.
the Duke was intended to be the fifth lord in the game.
That makes
the other
sense.
four lords reign over their kingdoms thanks to Mother Miranda. This friendly swollen mass could have been reigning beside them, trying to kill Ethan. Even though this never was the case, Resident Evil Village does leave some indicators of this hidden past.
Yeah,
as
because
Ethan
sometimes you
finds
know if he
out
was
when
friend or foe.
continues his journey.
Oh, we meet again.
Duke? Why are you here?
Like, he literally had a base
Where
in
there's coin
just
to be
everywhere.
made. And have you found your daughter?
No.
If she is truly here, the lady of the castle would have kept little Rose in her private chambers, would she not?
Dimitrescu?
Diamond
The very
dress.
same.
That's
Why don't you take a
succulent
look?
giant.
Maybe you'll get lucky.
She was big in every way,
And speaking
bro.
of
Big
looking,
in every way.
Care to make a purchase?
We find the Duke inside the castle of Lady D. A guest book shows that he was allowed to enter to discuss business, despite helping Ethan along the way as
I ain't
Ethan
find it.
tries to get his revenge. He is known to the lady and is even offered a meeting. Could this be reverence to a lord of an equally powerful house?
That's what I'm saying. He has to
Later
be
in the
old,
game,
because
when
each one of
inside
the
Duke's
lords
car,
are old
Ethan
themselves.
finds a sigil on the floor. It's of an owl and with some French words underneath it. Those words roughly translate into English, money, the right. This could be the hidden first house of this merchant, and it ties into a theory about his origin. But let's
That would make
continue.
sense.
After escaping the castle, Ethan confronts the Duke, who lied to him about Rose.
There you are. I had a feeling you would pop up here.
It was all worthless.
Is that so? I assume you've picked up something of value.
Not sure if it's of value, but
Why, you have your daughter right in your own hands.
This still doesn't make
What do you
sense.
say?
Like, how does he do this?
Take a close
Does he explain that? Because how did River, like, do that to Rose?
That flask seems to contain her head.
How, though, bro? I never got that.
no. What?
Rose is...
Don't say another word. This is impossible. This just can't be.
Your daughter's essence is still intact. Her powers are truly unique.
Who could even do this?
She can be saved, you know.
Saved? From this? Are you insane?
There's a house with a red chimney on the western side of the village. Go and seek out the man who lives there. Then we can continue our conversation.
Quit holding out and get to the
He
damn
just
point.
always seemed to know
don't
everything,
have
but
to
never
trust
give it
my
all.
word.
He always give, like, riddles and
But
stuff.
do you have any better options?
Like, how do you have so much information?
Your choice. The customer is always right. After all.
You'll pay if I find out this is a lie.
Oh, damn. Alright, guys. Sorry.
Challenge something scary.
Sorry, guys. May have to do that a few more times, depending on how many ads there are.
How was it? Did you learn anything?
I found these feathers. Now tell me how to fix this like you said you would.
Settle down. First, you must use that key and collect all of your little Rose's flasks.
Where are the rest of them?
There are 4.
Sorry about that, guys. I have cats and they were messing with something they shouldn't be messing with some of my equipment. Sorry about that, guys. But
4 in total. You have the one, and the other lords have the rest.
Lords?
Mother Miranda is the cold, calculating ruler of this village. 4 lords serve under her. The first you've already met, the Lady Dimitrescu.
Dimitrescu. I love that.
The second lives deep in a valley of mist. The
Ah.
doormaker, Donna Beneviento.
That doll, man. Ugh, horrible.
None of
That
her
baby,
playmates
bro?
have ever come back from that dank old estate. The third is Moreau, a being of twisted flesh that lives in the reservoir past the windmills. It is said that he is not the only monster that lives in those waters. The fourth and most dangerous is Heisenberg. He
Heisenberg.
works in his factory on the village outskirts. And the project. Let's just say parts of the human imagination are better left alone.
That is true.
Not only is the Duke aware of the magic that vivisected this young Rose, but he also has an intimate understanding of the Lords and their domain.
Like he knows
The
them
Duke
personally.
now remains in this position for most of the game, but will react to the actions and goings-on of Ethan.
Like he just
Ethan
knows what's
offering
going
to
on.
buy the remains of the Lords that Ethan kills, suggesting once again that perhaps this being of incredible power is looking for revenge.
Ah, my apologies.
Why else would he help Ethan kill him then? Especially if he was doing business with someone. Like it just doesn't make sense.
Oh, Lady Dimitrescu. Beautiful even in death. That waistline. Yes.
Yep. I like that little waistline.
Does this look familiar to you? Huh? Ah, Miss Angie. Just adorable. Porcelain dolls are very popular, you know.
I love how he's sewing just all the different ones.
As you wish.
But it makes sense because it seems like he knew them all personally. Yet he
This is Lord Rose?
still didn't mind
Suppose it's
helping
what they
Ethan
call
kill them.
The beauty of the grotesque. As you wish.
It was like he was playing both parties.
Oh, the assemblage of life and machine. I can feel Lord Heisenberg's essence through it.
This whole talk about their essence, like their soul.
Please, be well.
During this time, Ethan also finds that the Duke is seemingly immortal. No gun or explosive can harm him. In fact, he laughs at Ethan when he tries. This could simply be a game.
I didn't know that, bro.
We can't have our only merchant in the game susceptible to damage. It could also denote a being of great power, similar to Lady D, who was not susceptible to any damage until she was stabbed with a magical dagger. Could the Duke have similar powers? Either way, our time with the Duke is nearly
But
done.
what is he?
The final conversation that Ethan has with the Duke is the most impactful. It is followed after Ethan discovers that he himself has died over 3 years ago and was a living mold monstrosity. He's eventually found or recovered by the Duke and placed into the back of his car.
That was a shocker. That the fact that you actually had died back then during 7, I was like, damn. I did not see that coming. I thought he was maybe like contracted the virus or something.
He awakes.
Not that he was a moth monster.
Where am I?
My carriage, Ethan. You were having a nightmare.
Duke?
Your battle with Heisenberg was a sight to see. But to think Miranda would show herself.
How long have I been out?
Not long till dawn.
Duke, I need a favor. Take me to Miranda.
I assumed as much and am already on the way.
He wanted. I think he wanted
We should
Ethan to
arrive
kill her
shortly.
though.
Thank you.
But Ethan, are you sure of this? Your body is, well, falling apart.
Yes.
Foolish of me to ask.
Speaking of foolish questions.
Yep.
Who, what are you?
Even I can't quite answer that.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, why did he say it? Like, does he not know what he is?
We're here.
I owe you one.
Mr. Winters. I'm afraid you can't return to your old world any longer. Are you ready?
Is she some type of supernatural entity or
I have
something?
to be.
Like a real life? No, that
Without
wasn't
the
created
Duke,
like the virus or
Ethan
something.
would have never been able to save his daughter Rose. When Ethan asks who the Duke is, even the being himself is unsure. This all but confirms my theory. The Duke was another creation by Mother Miranda or one of her servants. His mutated form is very similar to that of Salvatore Moreau, along with the sigil and recognition from other lords of a possible fifth house. The Duke, though, stands apart, I think, and eventually looked to turn on his creator.
That makes sense.
A diary entry from a member of the town shows that the Duke gave out newspapers to help the townsfolk
Because, while the other lords, like Diana, the Doomdress, and the Fist guy, they're all like subservient her. They all wanted her love and all that, garbage and stuff. Hagen, Hagen said he hated her. He wanted to kill her. He wanted to end her for what she had done to him all the years, for turning on what he is. Maybe the Duke was the same. Maybe the Duke wanted revenge of her for turning him into whatever he is now. Like that would make sense because Hagen he wanted the same thing. So I could definitely see that.
understand the outside world despite Miranda's objection. Perhaps he became disillusioned with Miranda's plan, and
Yep.
by the end of it, he would do anything to get rid of her. This would explain his mobility. As we said earlier, a man this size could not go from place to place in these tiny cracks, but a being mutated with a Cadeau parasite could. Maybe he didn't like the idea of all of his customers slowly being turned into lichens by Miranda. After all, that's
No
not
money
good for
found.
business.
Yep.
There is another theory that I wanted to touch on, that perhaps the Duke is a being that lives in the mind of Ethan Winters. After all, Ethan is dead, and at one point sees an embodiment of Evelyn from the previous games.
That's an interesting
This
story. I didn't even
concept,
think of that.
while interesting, doesn't account for the tangible goods being sold.
That's what I'm saying.
Or his
It's an
interactions
interesting theory,
with
though.
other beings in the world. Now, in the finale of the game, Ethan blows up the Megamycete and most of the village, perhaps exactly as the Duke hoped for, and with his invulnerability, he moves to greener pastures, maybe Chile, to see an old friend. For those familiar with the Resident Evil series, the Duke knows our beloved companion, the Merchant.
What are you buying? Just something an old friend of mine used to say.
Got something that might interest you.
Bro, that's such a cool. I didn't even connect that.
What are you buying? Is that old stranger? Thank you.
Whether he is a being of pure power or a friendly merchant who loves a good sausage, Rose Winters would
A
not
lot of
live without
sausage.
his simple wares, and for that, we must thank the Duke. If you enjoyed these stories, please tell me below.
How would you like to see 5 real-life examples of people making
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Let's finish it out.
Next up, we have another being of transmorgification, the fishman himself, Salvatore Moreau.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for sticking watching the entire video. Those who did, I hope you enjoyed again. Yeah, I mean, it just makes sense. It makes sense that the Lord would be like, one of her children or some being that she twisted and mutated. Cause like I said, Hamish, like, he Hingsberg, he hated her. He hated her for what he done, for what she had done to him, and wanted to kill her. I was like, maybe the Duke is the same. Just the Duke went a lot smarter about it and befriended Ethan from the beginning. Unlike Heisenberg, he tried to befriend Ethan, towards like the end, and he was like, "Oh, let's use your daughter's power to kill her," thinking like Ethan was gonna go along with that. But the merchant, being the smart businessman that he is, knew that's not the way to go, right? He's like, I gotta play it. He's like, I gotta play him and slowly lure him into it. So I could definitely see that being the case. Him being actually one of her children who just turned to her and just wanted her dead, and the entire vid is gone. So maybe he can create like an entire like empire of merchants or something like that, or money. I can definitely see that, or him being some other being, maybe a being even older than Marita or something like that. We don't know. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. That was a great video. Shout out to Video Game Surface History. I'm keep messing up the name, but shout out to you, man. Great job. If you guys like, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and share. Make sure to let me your thoughts on comments. Got the reaction, like, love you, hates, or anything else you want me to react to by him, any other explaining videos or any other video game content. Let me know. Make sure to also let me know your thoughts. What are your theories about the Duke? What do you think he is? Do you think he is another one of her lords, or you think he's some other being, or just a fat human guy like who's able to do like mysterious things? But let me know down below. Make sure to check out the link in the description for the video, as well as our channel. Please go support him and my social media down in the description as well. But this is like Reaction. I'm out. Peace.